Hey friends, it's Allison dropping in to share with you some new inspiration for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop. Today I am putting together a double page layout. One page measures 6 by 8 inches. The other page is a traveler's notebook size layout measuring 4.5 inches by 8.25 inches tall. I'm playing with Vicki Boutin Print Shop today. I'll be using one of the 6 by 8 sheets of pattern paper from the 6 by 8 pattern paper pad, some of the chipboard shapes, and die cuts and ephemera as well. And there's also going to be some additional bits of paper that I add to this layout as well that are not from the shop, but I thought they coordinated really well with the pattern papers, and so that's why I pulled them into this layout as well. So right now I'm working on the 6 by 8 inch layout. This layout is going to be going inside a page protector once it's done. And there are some digital elements as well that I created with my Cricut. One of those being this frame. I was thinking at first that I was going to color it in. And then when I got to looking at the chipboard shapes with the collection, I decided just to leave it black and white because it would work really well with some of the chipboard that I pull into the second page of the layout. This little tag is from the Die Cuts and Ephemera pack from Print Shop, as well as this vase of flowers. I just love the colors in this die cut, so pretty. Love the yellows and absolutely love the corals and kind of reds and peaches throughout the whole collection. On that, I'm going to add a chipboard sticker, also from Vicki Boutin, but from one of her older collections that says, "Yes, girl, yes." It is a sticker, but I'm adding liquid glue to the back of it just to ensure it stays put. The stick kind of feels like it's lost some of its adhesive, so I added glue just to be sure it doesn't move. And then I have a couple other die cuts that I created with the Cricut that I'm going to be adding to the layout as well, just to embellish a little bit. I did add a chipboard star also from Print Shop to the title, and then here are the butterflies that I created. I loved the butterflies in the collection, but they were way too large for the way that I wanted to use them, so that's why I created my own. I drew them with the Cricut using different colored pens. So I have only 2 on there right now, but I am going to come back to the 6 by 8 inch layout later on with a couple more embellishments to finish this layout off. In the meantime, I'm moving on to the traveler's notebook sized layout. This panel right here was created with my Cricut as well. It's just an overlay that cut a pattern, and it's got triangles in it. I thought it was a fun complement to add to the circles pattern paper, and I chose yellow to complement that pattern paper as well. I attached that to textured white cardstock, which is in the shop at Scrapbook Nerd. I will leave links to the products that I used today in this layout. Say hello to Evie, she's just passing by. And so if you want to stock up on anything or want to have a closer look at the products I used today, you'll be able to find them easily. So I'm going to attach this panel to the white cardstock base. I just realized that I was doing the base for the 6 by 8 layout, not the traveler's notebook. Now I am for sure working on the traveler's notebook layout. I did trim down some more of that pattern paper to fit this layout. So that measures 3 3/4 inches wide by 2 inches tall, I believe. I made this layout a couple of days ago, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy on the exact dimensions, but I'm pretty sure that's about what it was. And then on the left-hand page, it is about 5.5 or 5 3/4 inches wide by 2 inches tall. Just adding a couple of borders beneath that pattern paper. And then, as you can see, the journaling is printed at the bottom of this panel as well. I did that on my computer, typed it on the computer, and then printed it at home, as well as my photo. The photo measures, I can't remember what it measures, but it fits in that little space on the bottom right of the left-hand layout. Here is one of the other chipboard shapes that I had mentioned a few minutes ago that I was going to add to this page. It's a tag, as you can see. I'm going to attach embellishments on top of that. But the tag itself is just plain black and white, and I thought it was a great way to pull some black and white into the layout, so that is why I kept the frame on the left page black and white as well. These little flowers are just some that I had kicking around in my haven. I'm not entirely sure even where they came from, but I needed something else on this page to help me create my visual triangle. The color in the flowers worked, coordinated with the paper, so that's why I pulled them in. I'm just using liquid glue as well to attach those to the tag. And then I will add another phrase to this little cluster as well. And then I have some chipboard hearts that I'm going to add, again, also from Vicki Boutin, but an older collection. And then I have a couple other die cut butterflies that I'll be adding to that as well. The sticker that I'm adding to this cluster right here is clear. So I decided to add it to white cardstock just to, first of all, help it stand out. And especially since I was going to be layering it over top of something that has some height to it, I knew that I wanted to put something behind it so that the adhesive that I use wouldn't show through that clear, the clearness of it. So I added that to white paper, trimmed it down, so everything is going to be hidden now. And then I will be using foam squares to attach that phrase to this cluster. Here is one of those chipboard hearts from Vicki Boutin. The phrase is going to be slightly overlapped the little heart, and I'll use a combination of liquid glue and the foam squares to get that attached to the layout. And then I do pull out another slightly larger holographic heart from Vicki Boutin as well, and it's going to go underneath the phrase sticker. You'll see that in just a moment here. I use my tweezers a lot. It's become a really vital component of my scrapbooking. It's helped out in a lot of ways, mainly to keep my fingers clean when I'm adding liquid glue to things, but it also is a great way to visualize where you're going to place your embellishments without getting your fingers in the way. It's like an extendable, an extension of myself is what I'm trying to say. So I have the phrase sticker added. Here's another drawn butterfly and a second one. Actually, I think I do add a third one up there as well. Red, blue, and then I think the last one over here is going to be blue again. I add a yellow butterfly over on the left-hand page and some flowers to the bottom of my photo, which you'll see in just a moment here. So I'm just going to use my ATG to attach this panel to the layout base. I am going to leave a gutter on the left-hand side of that page because this will be going in my album without a page protector. So I'm going to add the holes later on so that I can just put it directly in my album, and it will lay open so that both pages, you'll be able to see them together. So I'm just finishing up my layout now. Here's the yellow butterfly that I drew with my Cricut. And then there is a die cut flower. This is actually from Coco Vanilla Studio, an older collection again. It was yellow, so it works with my layout. I'm adding that, and then there's going to be another butterfly that I attach to that little cluster as well. And then that will complete my visual triangle. So I have a cluster at the top of the page with my title. I have this little cluster down here on the left-hand side of my photo. And then I've got the cluster with the tag on the right-hand page. That's it for me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope it inspired you. If you did, give me a thumbs up and a like. And also, if you would like, definitely go check out the shop and see what's new there. I will be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, guys.